Stamps and spy agencies have a very long history. But who could have imagined that even in today's world, stamps might still be relevant to the spy game? Welcome to the Spy Collection. I'm Anastasios, and in this episode we'll focus on this. Check it carefully. Alright, and now check this out. Can you spot any differences? Maybe, but they are still pretty close, right? We spotted one. Under a certain angle, the genuine one, the one on the right, reflects the light in a very unique way, different to the fake one on the left. So this is the genuine one, and that's a forgery. And now let's go into the 2024 incident behind that forgery, which might be hiding more than meets the eye. As BBC was writing back in April of 2024, the Royal Mail is posing the £5 penalty it was charging to anyone receiving a letter with a fake stamp. After a surge in fake circulation earlier this year, many people said they had not known they were purchasing counterfeits. The postage firm said it could reimpose the charge after it has introduced an online scanner, currently in development, which will allow customers to determine if a stamp is genuine. Some small retailers have also purchased fraudulent stamps and resold them. The Royal Mail said that it had seized 1.5 million fake stamps. And nowadays Royal Mail even has dedicated online form for people to report stamp fraud. Now certainly you'll be wondering, why does the Spy Collection even care about this? Well, because there might be a nation-state actor behind it. As the Telegraph was writing back in 2024 about that incident, China is behind the scourge of counterfeit stamps, flooding Britain and landing victims with £5 penalties. The Telegraph understands. Sources close to Royal Mail said that forgeries from the communist country were behind the rising complaints that letters sent with stamps bought from legitimate stores were being flagged as fraudulent. Security experts and MPs describe the mass forgery as an act of economic warfare and akin to printing counterfeit money. So this 2024 stamp from the UK was something much bigger than a small criminal act. It was a covert action for economic warfare, and the Telegraph continued that a Telegraph investigation identified 4 major Chinese suppliers offering to print up to 1 million counterfeit Royal Mail stamps a week for as little as 4 pennies each and deliver them to Britain within days. These stamps are also being sold through online retail giants such as Amazon and eBay, and on websites that mimic the official Royal Mail store. A senior figure at Royal Mail admitted to BBC One's watchdog that he could not spot the difference between a counterfeit and a genuine stamp. David Gold, Director of External Affairs and Policy, said, "The reality is counterfeiters are now so good at what they do that even I, and I work for Royal Mail, I can't tell the difference just by looking at them." Security experts have warned that the mass fraud is economic warfare done with the tacit approval of the Chinese Communist Party. The Standard was also writing something along those lines, that those forgeries were coming from Chinese factories and then circulated to the UK through Amazon, eBay, and other online platforms, but it also includes a statement from the Chinese embassy in the UK that said, "The Times reported that a spokesman from the Chinese embassy in London called the claims absurd. He said, 'It is totally ridiculous, absurd and ill-intentional. How could one imagine a sovereign country triggers war by bringing fake stamps? If this case really happened, the first thing to do is to have a thorough investigation over the internal supply chain instead of pursuing the attention of the media. Of course, even if the Chinese intelligence services were behind that, they wouldn't publicly admit it, but it's important to hear both sides of the incident. Interestingly, after this brief period of noise in the British media about this incident, and the new measures that UK implemented to combat this forgery, the entire event disappeared from the news, and there has been no public information to what happened since then. Did they sanction those companies? Was there a diplomatic protest from the UK to the Chinese embassy, or even a more covert response? All of that remains a mystery. So curious to also hear your opinions about this case, which is a fairly unusual incident for 2024. Nevertheless, in this wilderness of mirrors of the spy games, everything is possible. Even some 1940s tradecraft, like stamp forgeries. So it wouldn't surprise us if this is what actually happened here. And one day we might get to know the full story behind this incident. But until then, this reminds us once again that we live in a world where nothing's as it seems.